Hello everyone, my name is Daria and I'm a developer relations engineer at Subsquid, and today we will learn how to index DEGEN token using the Squid SDK. So to start, let's go over to docs and make sure our environment is set up. So in the getting started section you can find how to set up your environment depending on your operating system. So make sure to have Node installed, the Subsquid CLI and Git, and also Docker. So I have all of these prerequisites installed. After you have completed the environment setup, let's open the terminal and start the project. So for this, I am going to type sqd init, then the name of my project, which is going to be DEGEN, -- template, EVM. So this is going to create DEGEN folder, and let's cd into the folder and run npm ci to install the dependencies. After the dependencies are installed, let's open it in VS Code. So here we have our starter project, and first let's go over to base scan and copy the DEGEN contract ABI. So here we have the address, and on the base explorer we can find the contract and copy its ABI. In the ABI folder, let's create new file, degen.json, and paste our ABI, save it, and run sqd type gen. Now we have generated the types from the ABI, and we can use this ABI for decoding logs and also for filtering events and transactions. So let's go to processor.ts and filter the data. So first we need to change Ethereum network to base, and also let's input the RPC for base as well. After that, let's delete this and add log instead. So it's going to look like this, and for the address we want the DEGEN token address. And for topic 0, we will use the ABI, so let's first import DEGEN from ABI folder. And now we can use it to get the event signature. Like this. Let's also request the transaction. And here for the log, let's request the transaction hash. So it looks like we're done setting up here. The only thing left is to set the block range from the contract deployment, which we can find here. So let's copy it and paste it here and save. Next, let's go over to our GraphQL schema, and here we have the burn entity, and since we're indexing transfers, let's change it to transfer. We're going to leave ID and block. Instead of address, we're going to have to, and from, and value. And let's run sqd code_gen to generate new types. And after this, we can go to the main file and save our data. So first, let's replace the old burn type with our new transfer type. Next, let's replace transaction and make it log, since we're indexing logs. And now we need to decode the log first, so let's import the ABI that we need to use to decode the log. And if we go to the generated types from the ABI, we will see that the transfer band gives us from, to, and value, so we can decode it like this. And now we need to replace those old attributes with our new ones. So for ID, we can change it to log ID. Blog, we can leave the same. Instead of address, you have to, and it has the same name. Also from, and value we get from our decoded log, and transaction hash you can get from the log, because we have requested this field before. And we can delete all of this from the old starter project and just save our transfers. So essentially this code will go through all of the logs in the block, decode it, since we requested only the transfer logs, and then save it in batches into our database. So let's try building the project. So it built correctly. Now let's open Docker and try to run our project. So after opening Docker, let's run sqd up. And now, since we have changed the schema for our database, we need to run sqd migration generate. And now we can run sqd process. And let's open a new terminal and run sqd serve, so we can see our results in the GraphQL server. So our indexing has started. Let's go to the browser and open localhost, GraphQL, transfers, and let's request all of the fields and check what we get. So as you can see, we got all of the transfers with the field that we have created in our schema, and let's copy this transaction hash and verify it on base scan. So here it is on base scan. That means our indexer works correctly. And this is how you can index the DEGEN coin with Subsquid SDK. And if you have any questions about this project or about Subsquid, feel free to leave them in the comments below.